It's a very interesting question to answer. I'll probably even talk about it or have a conversation is how hard is it to take an action? I think it's one of the most hardest thing to take an idea and execute it. And I think that goes all the way to being an introvert. I think it goes all the way to me, where in my whole experience, the biggest challenge for me has always been taking an idea to drinking water, to taking an action. Drinking water came from whale. But thank you so much for joining this one video. This is going to be an interesting video where we're going to talk about 4 different points, like how hard is it to take an action and how can we actually start taking action so that it becomes smoother for us. Baba tu fit. It becomes smoother for us to go with the flow in the journey, stuff like that. So welcome to this video slash podcast. How are you listening, and with whatever means you're listening, probably reading a blog or however that is. Anyways, one of the cool thing in the morning that happened, me going all the way from being lazy, being productive, taking care of myself, learning so many things, like being in that momentum, being in habit of taking actions now, not before, now. Even in this morning, something happened that was like a dude. This is so crazy that we have to battle us on a daily basis. If not, we have to battle on a regular basis, if not daily basis. This has always been me. I'll tell you, we went to chiropractor today, and there was like water gallon in the front, and it was hardly like 7 steps for me to go there. But then I was so hesitant to even go walk all the way and go take water. But I was waiting for that one person. I was like, she came as a reception. She sat there. I was like, can I drink water? And this process of me, I wanted to drink water because I was so thirsty, and I could just go walk 7 steps or probably college. Like, can I drink water? Like, no. She did not say no, but then I wouldn't do it because I was so hesitant even to talk to myself. And that brings us, that's how I think hard it is to take a small action. Now, probably recording a video, recording a course, working on an online skill, launching a business could be those big monsters that you want to face tomorrow. Probably we have created those monsters by ourselves, but then even if we go all the way back to taking small little action, it's difficult, especially for people like me who are introverts, who get lost, who are confused, who are overwhelmed, who are stuck. And if you ask me to do something, I'll probably say, like, I'll go freeze. How difficult it is for us. And I think this video will be dedicated to my version 2 years back. If you're not my version 2 years back, this video is not for you. This is completely irrelevant for you. I think this is just for me creating for myself and talking to myself like a puzzle. See, it is going to be hard, and I'm going to give you 4 steps which is going to facilitate your thought process and translate your thoughts into what you say, what you do, what action you take. Now, if you are not me 2 years back, this video is not for you. Watch something else. Okay, that's very honest way of me filtering the folks who are not me. Anyways, which is ultimately left by me. Anyway, so that removes the overwhelming feeling that I already had to create this video in the first place. Point number 1 is tracking. I'll dissect this into 2 pieces. When it comes to, one part is tracking, one part is scheduling. I am always lost and overwhelmed literally. Now this is me 2 years back. I cannot schedule anything because scheduling comes with deadlines. And deadlines comes with commitments, responsibilities, things to be done, money to be made, and so many different cool things comes with it. But scheduling in itself, for me, who has never had deadlines in the whole life, is way too overwhelming, because if I miss that deadline, okay, I'm going to get screamed at myself. That's one part of it. I'm going to beat myself. I'm going to lower my confidence is going to lower, because now I knew that I had this deadline, but I crossed it and still things are not working the way I have supposed to be working. So I'm beating myself, I'm damaging myself, stuff like that. So apart from external pressure, there's already an internal pressure built on me. That's scheduling part of it. That's the future that we schedule. Probably I have to do 3 things tomorrow. That's the scheduling part of it. To be where I am today, to schedule things where I am, what I'm doing today on 5th of March 2022, it took me 9 months of tracking. And how tracking starts, I'll tell you. If scheduling is front, is the future, tracking is the past. And I love this one part of it, and I still track things because it helps me battle my own self and go to a different level altogether. Now, what is tracking in different words is, I just track yesterday. Okay, I had to pray 5 times. Did I pray? Did I not pray? I just have to put yes on. It's going to be binary. It's either yes, or is it no? Okay. Did I give charity yesterday? Did I brush my teeth yesterday? Did I help someone yesterday? Did I made money yesterday? Did I closed a high ticket yesterday? Did a webinar yesterday? Did I recorded a YouTube video yesterday? Did I took shower yesterday? Did I planted this plant yesterday? Did I clean this table yesterday? So everything has to do with yesterday, not today, not even a week back. But when you keep on compounding yesterday's over and over, it becomes 2 days, it becomes 7, it becomes 30 days, it becomes 3 months. And I think, pure example, I have been tracking all the way from May 2021, and the whole month. I started all the way from 1st of May, and today is 5th of March. It took me 9 months of journey where I was on a daily basis saying no in the journal, and I had these 2 columns where am I recording videos for YouTube and publishing it or not. This one question has been continuously following me from the day I started journaling, tracking, from May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. It took me 9 months. It took 9 months of me cultivating myself and priming myself to take an action. It's not going to be easy. It's that difficult. I'm not saying that everything that you have to be doing, it takes 9 months of journey. Probably few things, probably not few things. But what I'm trying to say is it's difficult to take an action. But then to facilitate taking an action, start tracking today. I think if you're a part of the Academy of Farming Scientists, you know exactly how to track. If not, put me a message. I'm going to tell you like how exactly you have to be tracking, because there is a method and a framework that I track and it has helped me do things. For example, if I have to 5 times a prayer is an obligation. I have to pray no matter what happens. Now, what goes in the journal is like, am I praying it on time or am I delaying it? 2 things. Is it, am I praying it on time or not? If yes, blank. If not, then red. So that in a month I can see how many prayers did I actually prayed not on time and how many I prayed on time. Because that's how, if you see what you have tracked across on a yesterday basis, every first of month, every month, you will be able to see the whole month in a perspective. Okay, this is what happened. This is what is supposed to be happening, but this is what actually happened. So what I'm going to do is, again, tracking in itself is scheduling. It's like a beginner version of scheduling. When you can do this, scheduling becomes easy for you. When you can track, okay, this is what I've been doing. It's like, I'm going to shower on a daily basis. I'm going to brush my teeth twice a day on a daily basis. This is something that you have been tracking. But if you see in kind of microscopic way, tracking is scheduling in itself, in disguise of scheduling. When you can get better at this one, this scheduling becomes easier for you. Second point, how hard can you be tracking? Point number 2 is, instead of focusing like, I'm going to launch my webinar probably in next 45 days. Don't even think about that date, not even that day. If it excites you, great. It never excited me. I knew what money has to be made. I knew how much great of an impact I'm going to make. I knew what traveling is going to do to my life. I knew all those cool things, but that never those things excite me. That day of 45th day doesn't excite me, because now it builds that pressure on me. It builds that moment. It builds a momentum of pressure on me, which is not good for me. What you can do is, don't repeat that day. Don't think about what is going to happen, but then take those small steps. Is okay, I'm going to go from Chennai to Bangalore. I don't even want to think about going to Bangalore, but then I know the destination is Bangalore. Okay, great. What I'm going to do is, I am going to take like 4 stops after every 75 kilometers. No, I'm going to take 1 stop every 50 kilometers. So if the distance is 350 kilometers, and if you feel Bangalore is way far from your house, what you do is, like, I don't know whether my back will hurt or not. If you think about your back is hurting while driving, okay, you're getting too overwhelmed. What you do is, I'm going to take rest with every 50 kilometers that I drive. 50 kilometers is what, like probably 35 minutes or probably 55 minutes. When that happens, you take a break. What happens in the journey of 350 kilometers, 50, 100, 200, 50, 100, 150, 200, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 350. See, you are taking 7 breaks, and by the time you take those breaks and get that tea, kind of relax yourself, stretch yourself, you are already in Bangalore. That the whole way of that 45th day doesn't overwhelm you. Point being, take those small baby steps. Because if you think, okay, if I'm going to do this today, I'm going to be a step closer to my goal tomorrow. And if you start thinking about the goal, it might look dangerous to you, it might look monster to you, you might get overwhelmed with it, so you don't even think about it. Is it like, this is going to take me a step further? That's fair enough for me. Point number 3. One thing, this one point I've learned from Russell Brunson in some podcast that he said, I don't exactly know when, what topic that was, but then I was like, okay, I need to figure it out, because he's got content so much in so many different places. But this one point was like a golden nugget for me, which works like magic for me today. Was like, integrate what you want to do with your lifestyle / what you do regularly / what you do consistently. Integrate things that you want to build a momentum on what you are actually doing. For example, I have always been doing meetings at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock. It depends. Evening, 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Now, that is consistent for me. What I'm going to do is, okay, if that is consistent for me, what can I add before 4 o'clock and after 6 o'clock, so that based on this one habit that I already have, I'm just going to plug things that I wanted to add. What I did, okay, before 4 o'clock, probably 3:15, I'm going to sit for recording videos. I'm going to record my course. I'm going to script my advertisements. I'm going to script my funnel. I'm going to learn about what copy has to go in advertisement, or what's the geeky part of the running advertisements, and how should I script my course, how should I edit my course, and stuff like that. So what happens is, when you integrate a newer habit to an existing habit, an existing build momentum, things start to flow, because now 5 o'clock you have to attend a meeting, or you have to start a meeting, or whatever that is. Now based on that, you integrate things, because now when you integrate things, you start to roll. It's like a wheel that you have created, like a wheel with a wheel, with a wheel, with a wheel, with a wheel. Keep on doing this. It facilitates a lot of things. Integrating a new habit or a new momentum with an existing, consistent, regular thing that you have already been doing. Okay, point number 3. Point number 4 is, again, I think it goes back all the way 3 points. It's like developing a tiny little habit. Instead of, so I'm going to read like 10 pages a day. It's too much for me. I'm going to read 7 pages. It's too much for me. I'm going to read 3 pages. It's too much for me. So like, I've gone down time, but then I want to build a habit. What I'll do is, okay, I'm going to read like half page a day. Start with half page a day. Half page barely is 4 lines, or probably 9 lines. It's barely that much. If you're way geeky and read like novels, they're like 10 lines a day, but then commit to yourself, okay, I'm going to attend a meeting or do a meeting at 5 o'clock. Before the meeting, I am going to read 5 lines or probably half page and then attend the meeting. What is happening is, you're developing a habit. It's giving a sense of accomplishment. Okay, I did this today, I'm going to do tomorrow, you're going to do the day after tomorrow. It keeps on stacking and stacking and stacking and stacking. So how hard is it to take an action? It's definitely difficult for you to take any action. You watch this video, was an action. You are learning, is an action. If now that you're thinking, okay, this is what I have to be doing, or probably this is one thing that I'm consistent with and I want to take an action, it is definitely going to be challenging for you, because you have never done this before and you're going to start a habit. It's going to be difficult. It's definitely going to be difficult for you. But where do you start? Either you start tracking, or you take basic baby steps. You integrate something, you integrate that thing with what you're already existing doing, or develop a tiny habit, or all of it into integrating. That being said, thank you so much. I just wanted to have a word with you, have a conversation with you on this one thing, like 4 different ways of how things are difficult, but then how I facilitate it. Like, this is just me talking to myself 2 years back. That being said, thank you so much for making this topic a part of your day, and I'm going to see you in another exciting video with lots of exciting value that's coming your way. Thank you so much.
فبالله كم تستطب القروح ويبرأ جروح الكاسين.